Hey everybody, it's time for morning coffee with Coach Lauren. Let's get started. Oh, it took me a long time. I'm taking a double. All right, everybody. Today, Kelly writes, Coach, in the module I was working on, where's the question? What is the difference between an upsell and a bolt-on business? Aren't they the same thing? Kelly, it's a pretty good question. Honestly, I think in two modules after this, we actually go into great detail on that. But for those that are curious, when we teach people to create an online business, we treat it like it's a giant machine. Okay? And the idea is you put in X number of dollars into the machine, people go through a number of processes, uh, automated selling and different things. And then out the other side, hopefully, comes more money than you put in. Once you are doing that and you are more than covering the costs of maintaining that machine, you're making money. For that, you are losing money. Most of us start out losing money for a long time before we get to the point where we start making a profit. Now, two of the ways that we increase the amount of money that comes out without increasing the amount of money that comes in is to do what we call a bolt-on business. A good bolt-on business example is like writing a book. All right, let's say you are selling the most beautiful cutlery set there is, knives, forks, spoons, all the silverware for the table. You got high-end great stuff. Um, you might want to write a book about the history of fine silverware. You might want to write a book about the manufacturing process of this. You might want to write a book that looks really fancy because some people that might have a formal dining room always set that no one ever eats at, they might want a book talking about formal dining. Uh, that is a bolt-on business. That is a business that can work by itself, but when you attach it to the machine, that's another process that people can be exposed to that can make you more money. Another way that we refer to this is we call it a drip bucket. There's $1 billion every second being sold online or whatever the crazy numbers are. And they're not coming down in one straight stream necessarily, but as billions of little drops. Small, $20 purchase here, a $2,000 purchase here. There's different size drops that fall. But if you have just a whole field full of buckets, it really doesn't matter how big the drops are, as long as you're catching more and more of them, you're making more and more money. So that's a bolt on. Now, an upsell is kind of the same. It's the addition of another product or service or level of product or service that you're already selling, but it's part of one of those processes. Okay. One of the processes is going to be a sales funnel. Now, you may have 12 sales funnels. You can have as many sales funnels as you want. But inside of a particular sales funnel, once somebody has made a commitment to buy, if you're doing supplements, let's say, and somebody buys your supplement XYZ, and it, it, and I got this from Russell Brunson's mouth himself, and he said it didn't seem like it made sense, but if you take someone who just bought a bottle of something and you offer them a special deal on a bump on a it's also called a bump sale or an upsell, like three bottles, like let's say he bought this bottle for $20, three bottles for only $40 more, or $6 for only $75 more, whatever the math works out to. That is an upsell. That is taking someone that has made a purchase and trying to increase the value of that purchase while in that process, but it is not another process all on its own. They're kind of the same thing. The only difference is where you're attaching it. Just remember, Kelly, the fundamentals. Please remember the fundamentals until the machine is fine tuned and you're at least breaking even. Breaking even doesn't mean you put in $100 and 100 comes out. Breaking even means 100 comes in and 100 comes out plus all of the money that it takes to manage these things. If you have ClickFunnels, that's an extra $97 a month that you need to earn to break even. If if you're using a different software for uh, for your autoresponder, that monthly has to be taken into consideration. Once the business pays for itself, even if it's not making any forward motion, now you're at the point where if you bolt on a process, you should become profitable. If you add an upsell to another process, one that actually works, then you can start to increase the revenue that comes through that particular sales funnel. And that's why I tell you, once you get this thing running, that's when your work starts. Once you get to break even, now your work starts. Now you got to really start, paying attention. What is my next step? How do I add something to this process? How do I add this process? How do I make more money with what I'm already doing? And that is really what we're going to be working towards with all of you coaching people, all of you athletes and players out there that are out there taking the hits and coming home with a black eye and getting up the next morning and on some cold cream and getting started. We're proud of all of you. You guys you guys make us look good. It's your results that matter the most. So I want to also encourage you, keep going. I'm looking at the numbers right now, and this last class may be our best one ever, and hopefully it is. I hope the next one beats them. Uh, I'm gonna go. I've got a big meeting to go to here in a few minutes. I'm gonna have to go put on some proper attire. I hope this helps you understand the difference between an upsell and a bolt-on, and why they both have a place in your business. They're basically the same thing. It's more of an issue of positioning, so don't get hung up on that. Appreciate your time. Enjoy your day.